for those of you who don't know, AndersonLane is a duo made up of singer and songwriter extraordinaire Cheryl Anderson on guitar and vocals, along with the anonymous bass player whose true identity can only be discovered by purchasing one or more of their excellent albums, something I can certainly recommend to anyone who is a fan of top quality country music. The song that you heard just a few seconds ago, entitled Widow Hickman, is yet another outstanding track from Anderson Lane's highly acclaimed album, The Wolf Cried Girl, and it's among several from the Queensland-based duo that I'm delighted to have in the Country Club playlist. Now, Cheryl grew up poor in a shed on the tablelands in the New England area of New South Wales, and she credits this start in life by connecting with the truth and believing in the value of tradition, something that's very clearly reflected in her writing style. Notably, she has co-written songs with legendary industry heavyweights like Alan Caswell, what a legend, Luke O'Shea and Bill Chambers, all legendary songwriters, including Cheryl herself, of course, just to name a few. And she's firmly on a never-ending quest toward her lofty goal of writing better songs and fine-tuning her craft. It seems to me that she's well and truly on her way to achieving those aims. With the subsequent release of their latest sensational album, The Wolf Cried Girl, Anderson Lane have hand-carved a career in country music along the back roads and highways of this great land with a vocal ability that reminds their audiences of what good country music is all about. Now, I last interviewed Cheryl's on this program way back in November of 21, and I'm truly delighted to have her standing by on the phone right now for a long overdue chat with me this Arvo, so I won't keep her waiting any longer. Hello, Cheryl, how are you?
Wonderful, Harry. How are you?
I'm great. Jesus,
you always make me sound so nice.
You are nice.
I love it.
And I remember the first time I talked to you, and I asked a question, why country music? And your answer was, there's more than one.
Yeah.
I'll never forget
that.
that.
Any other genre?
No, there isn't. Oh, that cracked me up. I remember that one so well. All right, good stuff.
It's nice to be memorable, Harry. Thank you.
Oh, you're certainly memorable. There's no doubt about it. Anyway, so I've got to... Well, look, first of all, it's been a minute since our last chat on the phone. So welcome again to the Country Club. It's always a real pleasure to have you on the show, and I've been looking forward to catching up with you today. So, So what's been happening with Anderson Lane since we last spoke on the phone back in 2021?
I'd love to say not much, but I think we've been a little busy, Harry. I've had to put pants on.
You've had to what?
It's crazy. I had to put pants on. It's just terrible.
We've
been roaming around the countryside. I believe we weren't too far away from you not very long ago. We went... We've been all over the place. We're down to right to the bottom of Victoria and across to Melbourne and Ballarat and back up again. We're now currently floating around the North Burnett in Queensland here and hitting all the venues that not venues as such anymore, Harry. We've given up the pubs.
Really?
Yep, we're like the reformed alcoholic. We're avoiding the pubs like a plague.
Okay.
I have a very, what do you call it? I'm aversion to being treated like a jukebox in the corner somewhere where they just want to hear the same old cover songs every weekend. So instead of feeling a bit soul-sapped like a lot of my fellow musos can be, we decided to go, no, we're not going to the pubs. We're out on the road. We're touring pretty much constantly at the moment through caravan parks, anywhere, free camping, because free camping is a huge thing these days.
Yep.
Just keeping the music playing. We've found a new mission statement in the world, because there's so much goes on out there as far as the music industry goes. Spotify and streaming services turned all our hard work into free giveaway music.
Yeah.
And we sat back for a minute and we thought about it and we went, hang on a minute. Everybody in the younger generation is relying on streaming and they're getting their music basically free and we're not getting paid for it. So but we're asking all the grey nomads and the travellers to be buying CDs, and I feel like that's a little unfair. So we're going out on the road and we're just playing for free.
Oh, really?
We're out living, we find the venues, we're doing tours, tag-along kind of tours that it costs you nothing to come along. We're just going to play the music, and hopefully keeping the music playing, we're starting a revolution, where you follow us around, and wherever we go, hopefully we can bring people to help these little communities thrive. Because that's what it's all about. The music is not about the money, it's about the music and the camaraderie that we're building and the team that we're building, and trying to keep these venues alive, these little towns. It's so very sad, and especially after we've just finished that, I think, 6,000K loop that we just did.
Wow.
And all these little pubs and all of these little places are just, the towns are dying.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, so very sad. They can't afford to put music on, and so then the music doesn't play anymore.
I know, yeah.
We're taking it on our own little shoulders, and as long as we can put fuel in the tank, we are out and about finding anywhere and everywhere to just keep the music playing.
I know from my own experience, Cheryl, how absolutely how much they embrace music when it comes to town.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How many songs have been written about things like that? And you look at the night that Hank Williams came to town.
Yes.
That was it's a classic.
Yeah.
And once upon a time, it used to be the hub of life.
Yes.
You'd come in because the band was playing, and
Yep.
but nowadays they're flat out getting 5 people in the door, and it's just another jukebox in the corner, and so we like to follow the music, follow the people that follow the music, and we're giving it to them for free.
And I reckon they're soaking it up because they're starved for entertainment in a lot of those small towns all over Australia.
Well, I think you're right. It's not so much the entertainment they're starved for. Everybody's souls are slowly being suffocated by constant talk of politics and taxes and beer prices and you name it. Everybody's slowly getting sapped out there. So to just bring back a bit of old school to the world, I think that's it. It makes me happy anyway. Put it that way, and I hope the people that follow us around, and we do have quite a few legends out there, that as we come through their town, they'll put us up for the night, or they'll bring friends with them. And we've just done last night out at a little dam in the North Burnett, and we had about 6 different caravanners that just came along the way, and they follow us around, and we're building a bit of a revolution about keeping the music playing. That's all it's about, is just to keep the fun in the music and to keep the heart in the people.
Absolutely. And count me in on the rebellion because I want to be part of it.
Absolutely. I love rebellions.
Yeah.
We made a point. We had to go down to Ballarat. Made an absolute point to go down there and visit the Eureka flag in its natural environment,
Yeah.
Because we're all about rebellions, whether it's fighting the big man or fighting the policies and the taxes, and we'll just do it quietly by playing a guitar or two, I think.
But you got to remember, Cheryl, that the Eureka Rebellion was they lost.
Oh, look, the underdog usually does lose, but you know what? We have a goddamn fun trying.
Oh yeah. But a lot of good came out of it. I mean, Peter Lawler, they threw him in jail, but then he got to be an MP.
Well, this is it.
But,
at least somebody finally got a voice.
Yeah.
It's a good thing.
But I reckon MPs should all be thrown in jail.
Yeah, probably. But then we're about to break that valuable rule of talking politics there, Harry, so we won't do that.
No, we won't. We will avoid it like the plague. But anyway, I've just expressed an opinion, and I shouldn't be doing that.
That's all right. Everyone's entitled to one.
Not when there's an election on, apparently. That's so I'm told. But anyway, that's... I am loath.
That's another day. That sounds like Monday's news.
Yes, indeed. We're on the same page with all sorts of stuff.
Absolutely.
Nice.
I feel that there's a lot of people like us out there, Harry.
There are. Yeah, there are.
And we do stand for the right things, and
Yep.
and we do believe in the right things. It's more about valuing humans than it is about politics and taxes and all that rubbish.
Yes,
But
indeed.
I feel that we kind of, at times, we're the silent majority. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's so many people. It's very hard to stand up in today's society and say what you actually think without being crucified.
I agree. I agree. I mean, personal opinions are being, just squashed all over the place.
Oh, absolutely. Well,
and-
I'm not afraid to be squashed. I've got a bit of weight on me. I can hold a bit, and
Same here.
they can swear at me. Just blame me, Harry. I was born a Capricorn, so I'm a perfect scapegoat.
Not
I
another
don't
one.
mind.
I'm on the cusp of Sagittarius and Capricorn, and I don't know which one I am, but
Yeah, nice. That sounds like my youngest son. He's a bit the same.
okay.
Some days he's a goat, and other days I don't know what he is.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much covers me too. My poor wife's been struggling with that for over 50 years now.
That's all right. You can join the team, Harry. We'll
yeah.
have you proudly.
Oh, nice. It's good to know I'm wanted.
Always.
Now, I really want to talk to you about this great song, Widow Hickman, that I played, just before we started the interview. That's such a... I'm curious about what the inspiration was to write that song.
Well, it's a co-write, that one.
Okay.
It was a bit of a challenge to that we set ourselves. Sandy Louise and I
Okay.
went, oh yeah, let's write a song together, see if we can do it, because she's a very talented songwriter, and she's making waves on the writing scene, and a lovely lady.
Yep.
And so we set a challenge to ourselves and said, right, let's do something. And we both decided we wanted to write about a bushranger.
Okay.
And so we had a bit of a chat about that, and we agreed that we didn't just want to do the same old Ned Kelly, Ben Hall, whatnot.
Yeah.
So the thing that I also like doing is finding Australian history, and you know how on a tangent people learn their ABCs in a song.
Yeah.
I feel that people are more likely to learn history if you put it in a song as well.
Absolutely.
So we did the research, and we found Australia's only female bushranger.
Oh, yeah.
Her name was Jessie Hickman,
Okay.
and everything in the song is factual. We stuck to the facts.
Yeah.
As far as she was never caught.
Okay.
She was sentenced to death, to hang, because she killed her husband, her last husband, which it goes along with my theme all the time. I'm always trying to kill the bass player, kill him off in a song. So we decided that we'd run with that story. She was only ever caught because, well, she wasn't caught. She was buried unknown. It was the last of her posse that dobbed her in on his deathbed, and he told the full story.
Okay.
And so now we know all about who Widow Hickman is.
Okay.
I believe the ABC did a movie. There's a movie out there somewhere about Jessie Hickman.
Okay.
And, yeah, so we sat down and we actually got two songs out of it.
Right.
We've got Sandy's version and my version. They're both great songs. It was just a story that we couldn't keep it at one song, you know. She's got the song out called Cry My Name,
Okay.
which is basically, it's about the same subject.
Uh-huh.
It's a different feel to it, both produced by Bill, so they're awesome songs. It was a lot of fun,
Okay. You're talking about Bill Chambers there, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah. You couldn't
Bill
get...
speaks my language. I wouldn't suffer that on anybody else. Bill gets me.
Oh, Bill's a great guy. You know,
He really is. A very talented guy.
indeed, yes, and the whole family is. I think that whole Chambers crew is just. I mean, they're all legends. You know.
Oh, it's for sure. How rude is it, though? Like, they're all in one family. I tell Bill all the time, that's just, like, a little selfish, don't you think? He's got them all.
Who cares?
No, they're lovely people, lovely.
They are, yes, indeed. And like you said, all very, very talented. You know, even Nash, who you don't hear a lot about. I mean, you hear from Casey and Diane.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Well,
Bill.
currently Bill's sitting at home. Oh, they're touring at the moment with Casey, but he's doing his best to finish. We've got the next album coming out shortly.
Okay.
I haven't picked dates and whatnot, but he's working on finishing off the next album.
Okay.
I've actually got Nash Chambers will be playing drums on some of them for me.
Okay.
And I've got Tyler, Bill's youngest boy.
Oh.
He's playing a bit of all sorts of different things, actually. So I'm very lucky to have being able to borrow some of their talent to pump my record up a bit.
Yeah, well, you can't go wrong with that crew. Like I said, they're absolutely legends.
Music talent.
Yeah, for sure. Now, what advice would I mean? Talking to you, I mean, you've been around and you know a lot of stuff from the music industry, and I'm just curious about what advice you might have for someone who's just starting out, in the country music arena.
Oh, geez, if you're starting to take advice from me, Harry, the world is definitely in trouble. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But no, honestly, I think at the end of the day, it's a kind of akin to the same advice that's been given to me through the people that I am lucky enough to consider mentors and friends, like Luke O'Shea would sit there and say, just be you. You're here to make the music. You are the muse. Let it come through you, and don't worry about the industry. Just worry about you and worry about what you're creating and what you're channeling through into the universe, and only focus on that. The rest of it is bells and whistles that really at the end of the day don't matter.
Luke is a very, very smart man, I've got to say.
Luke is a very special soul. He is legendary.
Yes, he is.
Legendary. He deserves every accolade that he gets, I believe. And I'm very, very lucky to call him friend.
Yeah, I believe you're right. And I also believe Anderson Lane deserve all the accolades they can get. And you guys are underrated, in my opinion.
Why, thank you, Harry.
You really are.
I'm not very good at compliments, so I don't take them very well, but I'll accept that one with pride. Thank you, Harry.
I'll give you all the compliments I can think of because you deserve them. Look, I don't do it easily, Cheryl. When I do give someone a compliment, it's sincere, and I mean it. I mean every word of it. So,
I truly appreciate it. I do.
Take it for what it's worth. All right, look, we're running short on time, so I might just quickly ask you what's coming next for you guys. You got any sort of festivals coming up, or a new album, or just give us a rundown of what's in the immediate future for Anderson Lane.
The immediate future, we've got the latest song coming out, the Anzac song that it's coming out this week. That's coming to radio, and then we're working on the album to be arriving shortly, for sure.
Right.
The only festival that I'm really worried about is Norma O'Hara Murphy.
Oh, yeah?
In September, Boney Mountain Music Festival.
Okay.
It's right up our alley. Norma's puts on a festival. It's a 4-day thing, I think, 4 or 5 days out there near Warwick in Allaruh.
Okay.
She puts on that festival.
Right.
And it's one of those festivals that's still real, where everybody's friends, like you all come in your caravans and you hang around for 4 or 5 days, and it's just, there's no rubbish that goes on. It's
sure.
Just music and music lovers.
Yep.
So we're excited about that one. We've got some co-writing. Norma's agreed to help me the next album, not this one coming, but the one after that. We're going to sit down and we're going to write together.
Okay.
Because who can ask for better Australiana legend other than Norma O'Hara Murphy, I guess, to help you write the Australian album.
Right.
So that's kind of the plan. And in the meantime, like I said, we're just on the road playing where we find the people that want to hear this music.
Great stuff. I love it. And Norma knows what she's doing. I mean, she's been around for a good while.
Absolutely.
You know, so
She doesn't take any nonsense either.
No.
You know, it's all about the music, and
Yep.
it's all about getting the story right.
Yep, good stuff.
And it's wonderful. But yeah, spread the word to your listeners. Thank your listeners very much. Without them, we
Yep.
wouldn't exist.
Indeed, and without you guys, we wouldn't have anything to listen to. So it's a symbiotic relationship.
It really is, and I think at times people tend to forget that.
Yeah, well, I don't. That's for sure.
Neither. Me neither.
Good stuff. We're on the same page, like I said. All right, look, I've got to sign off. So I thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat with me today. I really do appreciate it. And my best wishes to you for everything you do.
No, thank you very much. Well, I'll get the copy of the new album to you ASAP, Harry. You'll get it before it hits the shelves.
I'll text. Beautiful. I'll text you our mailing address here at the studio.
Yeah.
So if you can please send me that CD, I'll make sure that.
If you're lucky, I might even graffiti it for you. What do you reckon?
Oh yeah. Cool.
Like those famous people do.
Yeah. Wow.
It'd be just like a real one.
So that's going to be worth a fortune in 100 years.
In 100 years, maybe. You'll be right.
Yeah. Oh, dear. All right, look, thanks again, Cheryl, and all the best to you and Tex, and hope everything goes great for you.
Same to you, Harry. Thank you. You keep the music playing.
Oh, always. No worries about that. Okay, we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye now.
Bye.